How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new map to Farming Simulator 22 called HORSCH AgroVation. And there isn't a description from Giants in the mod hub, so what I ended up doing was looking up the old FS19 description from Vertex Designs, and I'm going to read that in its place. So, HORSCH stands for Farming with Passion, a passion that you can experience yourself with HORSCH AgroVation map. Head over to Netsmots in Czech Republic and experience a unique new game environment that, inspired by the AgroVation map of HORSCH. Operate numerous machines from HORSCH range, including one of production. So that's not really anything to do with this map. So yeah, so it's essentially the AgroVation map from years past and kind of modernized and brought up to FS22 standards. What does it look like? This is what it looks like. We start out in the uppermost northeast corner of the map here at our starting farm. There are no mods required for this map. And what do you start out by owning? You start out by owning farmlands number 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, and 18. 11 is a field with nothing planted in it, and you pretty much have to start it from scratch. 12 is a grass field ready to harvest. 13 and 14 are the farm. Let's see, 17 is a grass field ready to harvest, and 18 is a grass field ready to harvest. You are not able to buy all areas of the map, and if we take a look, no animal pens to start out with. There are contracts available, no production chains to start, and there are collectibles, 20 to be exact. There are mods specific to this map, and they obviously are the HORSCH AgroVation pack, the new DLC, and all the various tools and implements that are in that. In the build menu, though, that's a little bit more scarce. There's nothing under buildings, productions, animals, decorations, but under landscaping there are additional painting swatches that are available. Now, because we start here at the starting farm, let's take a look at our starting equipment under the buy menu and under owned items. Large tractors, we have a John Deere 9570RX, a Fendt 1050, a John Deere 8R370, and a Fendt 936 Vario. Under harvesters, you have a Claas Lexion 8900, trailers, the Flegel ASW 271, headers for the Claas Conveo Flex 1380. Cultivators, you have the HORSCH Tiger 8MT and the Finner 6SL. Disc harrows, you have the Joker 8RT. Seeders, you have the Avatar 12.25 SD and the Partner 1600 FT. Planters, you have the Mistro 9.75 RX. Weeders, you have the Transform 12 VF and the Kira 24 ST. You have a header trailer, the Nardi N6045, and weights, you have the Agco 1500, John Deere Pickup 1150, and the Agco 1100. And that is everything that you start out with. Now, we gotta head over here. So in this first doorway here, nope, wrong door. This door right here. Right here, you have your sleep trigger. Upstairs. Oh, what happened here? Oh, forgot to open the door. You have a wardrobe trigger right there. Repair trigger right here. And over here, you have a fertilizer silo, a liquid fertilizer silo. You can fill it up from right here. And now over in this side of the yard, and it's a pretty decent sized yard, pretty good amount of storage. Right over here, you have a fuel tank. And that is pretty much it at the starting farm. So lots of room to grow, lots of room to kind of add things as you need them. Gonna go ahead and take this tractor and start heading around. cut through the gates here. And this massive structure in front of us, that is your silo. This thing is massive. I would love to know how much this holds. Output for the silo is right here. Input right over there. Oops, I didn't want to go in there. So the first sell point right here. This is the Bramble Store bales, and this is the Bramble Store. So both of these are sell points. Continuing on. Follow this road. And right in through here. Right here is the Meadow Falls Store sell point. And then on the back side of this building, right over there in the distance, that is the Meadow Falls Bale sell point. Now over here to my left, you have a repair trigger. And then directly behind me is the shop trigger. And now we're going to go ahead and pull out onto the road and start heading to our next location. Oh, yeehaw! Just two-wheeling a massive tractor, nothing to see here. So this map has massive, massive fields. This field to my left is just insanely large and is... Oh, you know what? We didn't go through and show field prices. That's something we should do. So there are a couple of small fields here on the map. You got one for $137,000 and working your way up to $121,000. I don't think money's going to be too much of an issue on this map. You start out with a fair bit of space here. You have a grass field here. You have a regular field that you just need to get up and running, and two grass fields here. You can whip this all into silage, sell it off, and start really ramping things up. But as we kind of make our way to bigger fields, you can see $336,000, $1 million, another $1 million, $2.6 million, $5.6 million, and this field is massive. It's just absolutely huge. This is the one that we're running across right on the top side here. Now this map is based off a real location as far as I'm aware, and it's got a lot of... I can't say a lot of stuff going for it because there's really not a lot here. There's a couple, little pockets of, population here in this kind of corner of the map, and just not really a whole lot else because the fields just take over the entirety of the map. Here is the Oak Bridge store. This is a sell point. Like I was saying, you just get these little pockets of things starting to occur, like houses, settlements, things like that, but not a whole lot else. This is just a massive fields map, really just meant for the farming aspect of things. Now over here, let's take a look at the map. We started here up in the northeast corner, made our way down to the silo system down here. We saw the Bramble Store bales as well as the Bramble Store. Came across here to the Meadows Falls. We saw the Meadow Falls bales sell points. came over here to the shop and repair trigger, down and around up to here for the Oak Bridge store, then down over to here to this location here. Now if you look here, you can see you can purchase this land here, farmland number 20, for $27,984. We do that, now we got something that pops up here. This is a, we'll say a liquid, it is a liquid manure tank, but a slurry storage is basically what it is, a slurry silo. So if you want to be able to hold some slurry, there you go. Now this area tucked away over here, this is kind of nice. I like how this little lake pond area just kind of meets up to this road network. Just very cool. Got a couple of our grass fields right over here, and again, pretty decent sized fields too. Like it's not something to sneeze at, these fields. I mean, in comparison to the fields that are on the rest of the map, they're puny. They're tiny, tiny fields, but they should get you going pretty quick. Right here, we have the biogas plant. $1,299,640 to purchase this. Solid inputs here, liquid inputs here, liquid output, and aka digestate here. Big bunker silo right over there. There we go. Now over here, this is the Sunny Bank store sell point to my left. Straight ahead, we have the animal dealer. Now you can come here or at the Pens and Pasture locations themselves to purchase animals. If you purchase them from here or the Pens and Pastures directly, you will incur a delivery fee. You're essentially simulating the animal dealer taking the animals and delivering them for you. And for, let's say, cows, adult cows are $100 per cow. Depending on the size of your pen or pasture, it can get expensive really quick. To save on that money though, bring a animal trailer to this location. Whether it's leased, whether it's owned, doesn't matter. Bring it to this location, load directly into that trailer, and deliver the animals yourself, and you'll save out on all that money. So depending on how much you're going to put in will depend on whether or not buying a trailer or leasing is going to be worth it. Right here we have the Sunny Bank Bales sell point. And we'll go ahead and head out of here. Massive facility passing here on our right. Just absolutely huge. Now I think I'm going to pronounce this right, but I'm not 100% certain. So directly in front of me, this is the Yew Tree Bales sell point. That's Y-E-W. I believe it's pronounced Yew. Over there is the Yew Tree Store sell point. Cross over here. And then back here, this is the Muddy Field Store sell point. Head out this way. Go to the right. And in here, this is the sawmill. Pull over right here. Okay. You can buy the sawmill for $250,312. You have your production output here. Over here, you have your wood chip output right there. Your input for logs is right here with the wood cell trigger right there. And that is it. That is the map HORSCH AgroVation. Now, this is the point in the tour where I normally give my, hey, helium deer, where I give my opinion on what I think of the map. I am going to do that for this map, but I'm going to be less critical than what I normally am. The reason that for that is this is based off a real life location, so I can't say, oh well, it's too flat, oh well, it's too this. At least I don't feel that that would be a fair critique, because in this instance, you know, is what it is. Like, based off a real life location, they're not going to put a giant mountain in the middle of the map and just say, oh well, hey, there it is. You know, so it is flat. The color palette's really nice. It's really toned down. Occasionally touch of like whites and stuff, but other than that, it's very muted, very green around the edges of the fields. Not a whole lot to break up the sight lines, but again, that's could be the area itself. So I'm gonna let that kind of slide. All in all, just not a map for me. This is going to be a map for those who are just wanting to farm and wanting to just enjoy that portion of it, not really wanting to build out the map, really do a whole lot with it. And the reason for that is typically, like any other Giants map, you don't get a lot of areas that are dedicated to growth. So you got the whole corner of the map here that's cut off from being able to do anything. Same thing around here. You do get this little forestry area down here that you can purchase, but all this area here is cut off. You can't do anything with this area here or this area up here. So there's so much area that's just missing from being able to do anything with. Now, if you could purchase these areas, I would actually consider bumping that up, the score, because then you could kind of build some areas out, deconstruct other areas, and just kind of go from there. But I think that the final grade for this one is probably going to be a 3, maybe a 2.5. It's just, it's nice because it is a real life area. It's not nice because it's just not that kind of a map that will allow you to do much with it. And that's how I kind of feel in general about a lot of the base game maps that we get. Elm Creek, Haut-Belleron, there's so much area on those maps that are unpurchasable, so you can't do anything with them. Because you can't do anything with them, it just really limits the amount of stuff that you can do with those maps. So it's kind of a disappointment. But I mean, you do get these areas up here that have got a very, very good amount of details. You got the buildings and the kind of built up area per se. And then you actually have like the whole, you know, farm itself right here. What does this say? You know what? I can't read that. But yeah, no, it's just, it's cool that we have it. It's great that we got all the implements and tools now that come with it. But at the end of the day, the map is just not for me. So 2.5 to 3 is probably where I feel comfortable with giving this grade wise. But I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms show you're doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.